This past summer, we were asked by Minnetrista to develop a new design language for them and figure out a way to incorporate that into some new products for their campus, such as a bench and a park pavilion for their farmers market and some new signage. So we spent a lot of time exploring different opportunities, different parametric solutions for design and ways to fabricate them from our computer models.
So design language is very key when you design a multitude of projects. So when we looked at the Minnetrista Master Plan, there were 5 or 6 immediate needs that they had. And so creating a design language not only makes each project look very similar to the other, but it keeps a cohesive design language through the whole campus.
So our main 2 design elements are bent wire, which we use Midwest Metals here in Muncie. The second design language, the thermally modified hardwood.
And kind of tied them together to create a cohesive element that talks to each other and communicates.
We first met with Minnetrista to see what the needs they had for the bench. Then we met with local businesses to see what kind of materials we had that could be used to make the bench.
We started off 3D modeling, translated those from sketches, but basically once we created a model, we created cut sheets and sent those out to Midwest Metals, and they actually bent the wire for us for the bench. And then we actually had the thermally modified hardwood that we picked up from EcoVantage, and then we were able to kind of construct those together, get a prototype going, check out the scale, the height of it, and then make fine-tune adjustments from there and meet with the community, and then really just make any fine tunes and change up the design as need be.
We knew we wanted to basically automate everything and make it as simple as possible in terms of like the design process and the fabrication process. In order to do that, we ended up designing a parametric algorithm, which is essentially an equation of inputs and outputs that respond to certain functions that you can program yourself. And so by doing that, we were able to develop this design language based off this equation, and then adjust it accordingly as we developed our design, as we started developing more prototypes, as we started sending things off to get fabricated. And so this really came into play when we started the prototyping process and actually fabricating a full bench prototype.
Now that the bench is finished, we can work on the bus stop and the market sign as well as the pavilion and take the final form of the bench and kind of use these elements and spread them throughout the rest of the design.
A big reason that we're pushing for things that are locally sourced and working with these local community partners is it strengthens the community of Muncie. We're supporting businesses that have been here for a long time and have continued to support the community and that are now supporting us. We're concerned about environmental concerns. There's less embodied carbon for things that don't have to get transported across the country or across the world to get them to be built. And it offers a unique opportunity for us to integrate students into a physical built project that you wouldn't get if you're trying to have it manufactured somewhere else and then shipped in.
Having this unique opportunity to create a new design language for Minnetrista, which is a large place in Muncie, to do something like that for, was really fascinating to me.
As well as I think it's important to learn how to meet with community partners and act professionally in many settings where you might not have the opportunity to integrate with these design professionals otherwise.
It really immersed us with the community, so we had lots of community partners that we had to work with and kind of please multiple people, but at the same time still keeping in mind the fabrication, what goes into that side. So also working with our other partners to make sure what we're proposing and designing is able to be accomplished. So I think that really set us up for success and was a great learning opportunity for later on in the career.
So working on this project helped me grow in a multitude of ways. Workshopping with the community and local businesses and making those connections is very important, but also understanding how a material can be used in the process of design is also very important. Not a lot of people understand what goes into manufacturing a product.
It's kind of given us real life practice in what you're going to do in the real world. We're working with these community partners and working very closely to help get our product into production, and that's what you're going to do in the real world.